Hello and welcome back to a new video. Today's video is a journal with me, and before we get into the process, I wanted to show you the papers that I'm going to be using in this video. This is a look at my newest digital kit called Teddy Bear's Picnic. This is in my Etsy shop. You can download it and print it immediately after you purchase it. It does come in two separate packs just because the files were quite large. There's one pack for the patterned paper, and then there's a separate pack for the ephemera pieces. If by the end of this video you are interested in purchasing this pack or anything in my shop right now, you can actually use a discount code for the rest of this month to get 25% off anything in my Etsy shop. The code is Teddy Bear. It's up there on the screen, and I'll also pop the details in the description box. So this little paper pack is very whimsical and playful. The colors feel very light and also very vibrant and happy. I really love how this turned out, and there's so many fun little bits and pieces to play with, as well as background patterned papers that just are so useful to either use in your journaling or any sort of paper crafts or journal making. I painted majority of this kit by hand and then scanned it in and created the pack digitally from there. And so I really love the overall vibe and feel of this kit, and I really hope that you do too. Today was my first day sitting down to actually play with the kit after printing it out, and so I was really excited to put it to the test and to get creative with all the little bits and pieces. I'm using my Instax mini link to print out my photo. I only have one photo to work with today. I still ended up journaling several pages, even though I only had one photo to document. This is a cute little photo of my kids at the park. We had a little picnic over the weekend and just stayed out playing at the park for a couple of hours. And of course, this goes perfectly with the journal kit as well because it's very picnic themed. As always, I'm just flicking through my journal and I'm trying to choose the perfect page to journal on. And this is the page that I landed on. I felt like it had some blank space that I could add my beautiful patterned papers to, and I could make it feel very customized for the theme. And before I begin journaling everything, I'm just going through my little tins and my little drawers of my journaling supplies, and I'm just pulling out anything that I think might work, anything that I think I'll be able to use that will go with the story that I'm telling and the memories that I'm getting down in my journal. I like to do this ahead of time because then I already have pieces out on my desk that are curated for the journaling that I'm doing, and I don't have to do this mid-process. It just helps it to flow better, and it just kind of limits the amount of stuff that I can or should use in the page, and then I can get creative with whatever's in front of me. I'm then just flicking through this vintage dictionary book, and I'm looking for anything that could go with the theme. I really like the illustrations in this book, so I always use it in my journaling. I just cut out a word, like a dictionary meaning word, and then stick it into my journal if it goes with the journaling. I couldn't find the word picnic or anything like that, so I ended up using the little piece that says idle. It's just got a nice illustration of a boy lazing out on the grass. I had a pretty hard time trying to choose what patterned papers I wanted to use on this background. I had some blank space that I wanted to fill, and I just really had a hard time choosing because I love all of the pattern papers in this kit. I feel that they all turned out so cute and they all complement each other really well, so I was just trying some different combinations to see what overall vibe felt right, and I ended up going with the red or pinkish sort of gingham print with the flowers, and the other side's going to have the cute little patterned paper with the teacups and the teapots and the plates. I just tore these down to fit with my ruler. I really like having a torn edge. It just adds a little bit of texture to the page. And then I decided to just fold the excess on the sides over for now in case I wanted to use that on the back side of the page as like a little pocket or just a little strip of decoration on the back side of the page. To secure these down, I'm just using my glue stick, and you can see here how much glue I apply. I often hear people say that the glue sticks don't work very well for them and that things come back up, but I think it's a matter of using enough glue. So I fast forwarded that part of the video, but you can see I'm just going over and over and over the page with the glue stick until it's completely covered and it's got a pretty thick amount of glue on it, and I find that that holds and bonds really, really well. So I folded over the excess. I didn't glue that part down yet though, because I'm not sure what I'm going to put on the page yet, so I'm just leaving the possibilities open, and then I'm just repeating the same steps on the opposite side. So again, lots and lots of glue on the blank page, and then I'm just gluing that cute little teapot paper down and then folding over the excess. Now I'm happy with my background pages, my base pages here. I want to start trying to work out the layout of the spread. I am planning on working across multiple pages. So what I'm doing is I'm just pulling out all of the sort of key pieces that I really would like to use. I'm just holding things around the page to see what they look like and how they fit. And then I'm trying to sort of get a basic layout happening. So this process, if I can choose just like 1 or 2 pieces per page that are going to fit really well, that feel like they belong on that page, that really helps me. That really helps me along with my journaling process, because I'm just building up each page together rather than one by one. So I'm trying to make each page feel sort of just as important as the one before. And I feel like a good way to do that is to put some of your favorite or key pieces on every single page. So maybe pick one thing that sort of stands out to you and that feels really significant, whether it's a piece of ephemera or it's a patterned paper or something like that that you really, really love. If you're able to sort of disperse those pieces across each page, then the entire journaling feels really special. So if you put all of your favorite pieces on one page, you totally can do that, but sometimes it makes it harder to build up more pages, if that makes sense. On the first page of my journaling here, I decided to add some floral paper from the kit. I really do like that blue checkerboard paper on the page there already. So I didn't want to cover it up completely, but I wanted to add a bit of a softer print that makes it feel a little bit more pretty and a little bit more whimsical. And I felt like that floral really complemented the page. It's got all the sort of right color tones. And then I'm using that big plate or doily piece on top of that, and that's going to be sort of my title piece for the page or the pages. And here you're just going to see me shuffling around lots of little bits of ephemera. Most of these have come from the digital kit in my shop, but there's also a few extra pieces here that I pulled out just from my stash. So like the little tomato seed packet, and the piece that says "Oh my darling" is an American crafts piece. But basically, I'm just trying to figure out the page, and this page with the teapots was probably the page I got stuck on the most, because I wanted to add a fair few things to this page and I wanted to fill out the page, but I also didn't want to cover up that background paper completely. I find that another good tip when you do get stuck is to actually just flip the page and turn to a new page in the journal and just work on something different for a while and come back to it. And then it usually flows a lot better if you just take a little break. You don't have to commit to anything straight away. So that's why I like to sort of shuffle things around before I actually secure things down. On these last 2 pages in the spread, I wanted to include the cute little teddy bear sleeping tag in his little quilt. And then I also had a few other pieces that fit well on the page. I'm also thinking about where I'm going to do my written journaling and how much I have to write about. And so I'm just taking into consideration the fact that I need to leave myself room to write. There's sometimes days where you have journaling but you don't have a lot to write about. So this is just something that I keep in mind as I'm creating the layout. So here you see me shuffling around those pieces and trying to figure out the page. And then I also had a few other pieces that fit well on the page. I'm also thinking about where I'm going to do my written journaling and how much I have to write about. And so I'm just taking into consideration the fact that I need to leave myself room to write. There's sometimes days where you have journaling but you don't have a lot to write about. So this is just something that I keep in mind as I'm creating the layout. So here you see me shuffling around those pieces and trying to decide the best layout. There were so many different combinations that worked well for this page. So again, I just left it and came back to it and then worked on something else and then came back to it until eventually I was happy with the layout and could commit to an idea. So back on this first page, I'm now securing those pieces that I was talking about before. So the floral paper and the pretty red plate. I also decided to add in this little washi strip from the kit as well. I feel like that just helped bring in the picnic vibes with that blue gingham. And I'm securing pretty much everything with my glue stick, and everything has stuck down really well. I find that for most things, a glue stick is just fine. This little card here is something that I've had in my stash for a long time. I believe my beautiful friend Marge sent me that piece, and I've been waiting for the perfect time to use it. And so today I decided to use it. It kind of brings in the idea of children playing at the park or something like that. So I added this in as a separate little flip up piece, and I just used some tape to secure that in there on the first page. On the back side of that, one of the little journaling cards from my kit fit perfectly. So again, I just glued that down with my glue stick. So it takes that cute little piece there with the boy in the boat, takes it from being just a decorative piece and it turns it into a useful, purposeful piece with some journaling space on the back. Now I'm securing this big piece from the kit. It's a big illustration of 3 little teddy bears having a party or like a picnic at the park under the trees. I had so much fun painting this, and I think it turned out so cute as either like an invitation piece or a journaling piece. As you can see, I'm demonstrating how I'm using it in my journal. I'm going to do a little bit of journaling on top of that, which you will see later on in this video. I, in the end, decided to add that tomato seed packet along the bottom of the page here on the left. And I used some double-sided tape just because it had a bit of a sheen to this paper and I wanted to make sure it was stuck down well. I'm sticking the little flap of the envelope over the edge of the page so that you can fold the seed packet down, and then I'm slipping in some aligned card which I can do some journaling on top of. And now I've got those same couple of pieces that I was playing with before, and I am deciding on a place to glue these down. This little tag piece along the bottom, also from the kit, I wanted to add a bit of texture to the page by slipping this cute little sort of scalloped ribbon through the tag and looping it over, and then I used a staple to secure that ribbon down onto the tag as well. I like to do this, it adds a little bit of extra interest to the page. It adds a different dimension and a different texture. For this final page in the middle, the paper there is a old vintage paper and I didn't want to cover it up too much, so I knew that I wanted to secure the little doily and the photo, and then I also added a little label piece. For the little teddy bear tag, I'm using a stapler at the bottom of the pocket. And this pocket, I just used some clear tape to seal together to make the pocket from the kit. I like to add a few little staples around the pages as well, just to reinforce anything that might need it, and also to add, again, another layer of texture and dimension to the page. So once I have all my pieces down, I go ahead and I do my written journaling. I did that off camera because sometimes it's nice just to sit and journal in private and just to take your time. And so I'm just showing you all of the places that I filled out with journaling so far. I really like how it's looking so far. I added a few quotes, I added the date, and now on the first page here on top of that plate piece, I want to use this ransom note sticker book to write out a title, just a day at the park. So I'm using that plate piece to hold the title, but you can put a photo inside of it, you can journal right on top of it, you can do so many fun things with it. You could fold it in half and make a little pocket. You can do so many things with it. So this is just one idea that I'm demonstrating. I really, really love this sticker book too. I think it adds such a nostalgic feel to your titles. Next, I decided to pull out my paint set, and I'm going to do just a pretty little border and a few little bows and flowers and things around the spread. I'm trying to encourage myself to add either little drawings or painting or sketching or whatever in my journal spreads. I find that this is making me pull out my paints so much more often, and I'm getting in more practice, and I'm also loosening up a little bit, and I'm just feeling a little bit more confident by doing this. I also just really, really love the overall feel that this gives the pages. I feel like it adds so much charm to the pages, and I love that imperfect feel that it gives the pages as well. I think this blue color worked really, really well in this overall spread. It made those pink colors really pop out, and yeah, it just enhanced the page in a really nice way. Back on the first page, I also painted a big red bow. I thought that looked quite cute with the red plate. I had to wait for it to dry, and then I moved to the last page and I just painted a couple of little flowery bits on this little section at the top. I decided to add this clear envelope and a piece of scrap paper behind the teddy bear tag, and I haven't done any journaling or anything else on that. I just left it at that for now, but I figured I could slip this in and then later on I can add more journaling about something else inside there, or add some photos or whatever I want inside that envelope. Lastly, I am going to use some stickers and just try and enhance the page that little bit more, bring everything together. I used 2 of those beautiful gold seals, so one on the envelope and one on the page before it. I feel like that gold sheen just adds so much to the page. And then looking through my stickers and my sticker folders, I'm pulling out any sticker sheets that I think might have any stickers on them that I might like to use. And I'm usually pretty generous with my sticker usage. I go a little bit sticker crazy sometimes. On this page where I have these several pieces sort of puzzled together on the page, by adding and overlapping stickers over some of the seams of those pieces and over the edges, it just softens it, and it just brings it all together in a really nice way. So I picked some cute little food related stickers today, as well as some bows, anything else that I felt complemented the page. I have these cute little sticky note pad with teacups on them, and I also decided last minute to add one of these to the last page in the spread, and I just glued that down with my glue stick, and then again just layered up more stickers until I was happy with the overall page. And here is a close-up look at the pages. I absolutely love these pages. I think they turned out so happy and playful and whimsical, and I had a really, really fun time experimenting with the pieces that I created for the kit, as well as some other fun things that I've had in my stash for a while. So I really, really love how this turned out. I feel like it captures the memory really well, and I wrote down all of our little memories from the day while they were fresh in my mind, so I really enjoyed this page, and I hope that you enjoyed seeing it too. I have been trying to film some extra journal with me's because it's been a while since I've shared one, and so I'm hoping for this month or the next few months I will have more journal with me videos coming up than usual, a little bit more regularly anyway. So if you enjoyed this video and you're not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe because I will have plenty more like it, and I already have a playlist with tons of them in it. So make sure you check that out if you are interested. If you enjoyed it, I'd also really appreciate it if you could put a thumbs up on this video. And again, I'll just remind you about the discount code that you can use in my shop if you are interested in having a play with this kit yourself. I really hope that you enjoy it and that you get really creative in your journals as well. And I hope to see you again in my next video.